Tai Tuivasa, guys. Tai is so tough. He's terrible. And when I say that, it sounds like such an insult. What an insult to say this guy's terrible. No, he's terrible. Hear me out. It's high praise. It's huge praise. You can go and get skills. You can go and learn skills. And then at some point, you've got to operate within your body. Derrick Lewis, by example, is just not going to be a jiu-jitsu guy from his guard. He's just, his own body's going to get in the way, and Tai's that same way. At 265 pounds where you're coming down to the limit, you're just not going to do that. Francis isn't going to do that. Surreal Gone isn't going to do that, right? Like, there's just kind of a size where you got to start operating. But you can go and get skills. You cannot go and get the dog toughness that Tai Tuivasa has. That's where it's a compliment. When I say he's terrible, that's I mean it is high praise. Other guys want to be like him. Fellow fighters will watch him and go, I wish I had that, but you can't get it. It's very difficult to build your toughness. You can build your confidence, and as you build your cardio, believe it or not, that's where your confidence comes from. Confidence does not come from experience, and it doesn't come from belt level. It doesn't come from how much you can bench press. If a guy ever tells you, yeah, I'm feeling confident for this fight, what he is saying to you is, I feel if the worst case comes, which is the fight goes the distance. It's a 15-minute fight. I feel when I reach the 14th minute, I can still follow the golden rule, which is to protect myself. That's what a guy's talking about. And Tai, he looked tired a couple minutes into it. And he questioned himself tonight. I don't know if it was the break. I don't know if it was the opponent. He questioned himself. I could see it in his eyes. And I've never seen it in his eyes before. I've seen him walk into that fire and have a level of confidence. At times where I even thought, why do you have a confidence? You don't have a black belt in anything. But he did. He had this confidence. He was street fighting out there. He was a modern day Tank Abbott. 100%. Which again, is high praise, whether these words sound like it or not. And he looked a little disoriented about 90 seconds in. He's on bottom. He doesn't want to be on bottom. He doesn't have a huge offense from the bottom. He's got this guy on top of him that's pretty good on top. Like, it's a bad position for a guy that was questioning himself anyway, and Tai was. There was something about tonight. Maybe he was fighting at home. Maybe it was something in training camp. I'm telling you, you could see it in his eyes. You could see it when he was checking in with his corners. It was the last thing he did was to step in there. It would have been very easy for him to quit. He wanted out of that fight. But he doesn't know how to quit. He didn't know how. He didn't know how to get out of that fight. He's in a terrible position. All he's got to do is let the guy advance. Turn over to your knees. Pretend you're caught in a rear naked choke like everybody else does. Nobody's actually caught in a rear naked choke. Sorry to spoil that for you. They pretend they're caught in a rear naked choke. So it's all he's got to do. Lay there, let the guy advance to mount, take some punches, cover up, bring in your tag team partner, the referee. Like, there's ways to quit. Tai doesn't know them. He doesn't know how to quit. So at 90 seconds in, he's in a bad position of a fight that he wasn't overly thrilled with. He just keeps fighting. And he just keeps fighting. And he finds his way back to his feet. And he starts throwing punches. And it was Tai that was walking him down. And I watched this fight with a couple of people that were very critical of it. I don't blame their critiques. I just remind you, Tai is a modern-day Tank Abbott. He is a street fighter. He is not a black belt in martial arts. He is a cage fighter. I respect him. I really thought he looked good. I really did. I thought he looked tough, is what he looked. And that is what he is. That is what he offers. That is the commodity that he brings to the cage. That is what he is paid to do. Is to go out there and be tough. And he questioned himself. And he should have gained a confidence tonight. And he found out he's better than he thought he was, even in defeat. Tai was more competitive and better than he thought that he was.